My wife was born here in Alexandria.
She attended Bolton. She attended Ash, I believe the first year it was open, and then attended
Peabody for a very short
Peabody for a
time.
short time, and then Menard, where she finished up her high school career. And then all of her siblings attended Menard following her. And then for college, she went to Louisiana State University, where she met this stud at an LSU football game.
The first football game our sophomore year, we met, and our first date, she called me and asked me to pick her up after church that next day, because she wasn't my date that Saturday night. She was dating another guy in our group. I told her I'd do better than pick her up after church. I would bring her to church. And she's probably has kept me straight the rest of my life, trying to bring me to church and bring all of us to church. She did a pretty good job with him too, I think, getting him to church.
Yeah, I always say that I had no choice on two things in my life: LSU football and the Catholic Church, because my parents met at an LSU football game and their first date was to Mass.
We got married at 21, and I was in New Orleans going to dental school. So we got married with very little. We lived on love and Swegman's bologna is what I tell everybody, because we didn't have much. Everybody that knows Dr. Brenda knows that she was boisterous, excited, full of energy. She being gone through medical school at the time she went through over 30 years ago, it wasn't a man's world to become a physician. So it wasn't an easy road. She was the first female obstetrician in this town, so she was swamped and well beloved. She prayed with them and cried with them, and it was her calling to be a physician.
And she never met a stranger. I remember when I was 10 years old, we went on a pilgrimage to Mexico to be there for the Feast of Our Lady Guadalupe, and she was just talking to anyone and everyone. She didn't even know Spanish, and she was trying to talk to Mexicans. I knew some Spanish, and I tried to help, but she didn't want to wait around for translation. She just wanted to tell them whatever it was, and if they understood it, great. If not, she'd just smile and try to give them a hug and move on to the next person. But that's just who she was just this very affectionate and joyful person. As a doctor, she really didn't have much time available. And when she was off, she was usually so tired, So to have basically 2 weeks of alone time with her, yes, we were on a bus with all these other pilgrims and stuff, but where it was just the two of us. And after she passed, going through the pictures, finding those old pictures of that, it was an amazing experience and just a wonderful time to have and truly bond with her. And I think it really has a lot to do with my faith, that I got to experience that with her and everything. That was just, that trip kind of really reinforced our relationship, kind of reinforced the foundation for the rest of our life.
16 years ago, my wife retired with a kind of it was just a terrible time. Her fibromyalgia, she had shingles from hell, and her father passed away. Okay, shingles put her in the hospital. It was so bad, and they couldn't diagnose it. They had trouble figuring out what it was, so they treated it wrong, so it made it worse. But when she had to retire and give up the job she loved, and ever since that time, she'd taken a lot of medicine, and it seemed like every spring she'd get a bronchitis, and she had a bronchitis this weekend. But the thing different about it was I didn't like her color. Her face was gray looking. And I didn't think she had any kind of heart problem, because she was, the angiogram that had been done showed everything was clear. She had good, nice, clear arteries, no blockages. But that Sunday morning, I thought my wife had a massive stroke. But it turned out to be something called broken heart syndrome, which a bunch of stress hormones causes the arteries of the heart, some major arteries, to spasm and just block off. So a huge section of her heart died. She wasn't having any real pains different than normal, because I tried to encourage her to go to the hospital that Saturday. And that Sunday morning, Cameron and I made her breakfast. Kim, my daughter, and I made her breakfast, and she We told her, if you don't get out of bed, we're taking you to the hospital. So she came to the front of the house and had breakfast with us. She was weak, but she ate and drank some milk and ate her eggs. And while my daughter and I were cleaning the kitchen, we turned around and she was gone.
If somebody has kidney trouble or, pulmonary trouble and they don't get help for it, then your heart has to work even harder to try to make up for that. And with all of her, health issues and all the medication and everything, just the severe coughing fits that she would have put too much pressure on her heart.
It's scary. It's scary because listen to your body. If you have bad color in your face, don't go ahead and go to the hospital and get a checkup, because heart problems in women just seem to act different. They're missed a lot in women for some reason. I think women are used to pain or something. That's my theory on why it's different.
Women are definitely tougher than we are.
Yeah,
And
the heart can have funny symptoms. A friend of mine that had a heart attack, his main symptom of pain was jaw pain, radiating pain in his teeth. But he didn't want to go to the doctor. So, I mean, whether they're doctors or just regular old guys, nobody really likes going to the doctor because they're going to mess with you. But it's just not a good idea to postpone it.
it's better to go to the doctor and possibly receive the treatment that we need, even if they may chastise us and tell us we need to lose weight or we need to change our diet or whatever it is, because no matter how old you are, your loved ones are always going to wish they had had more time with you. And so I would just encourage anyone to take that time, and even while you're healthy, start seeing your doctor instead of waiting till you have serious symptoms. Go see them now and try to prevent any of the serious issues. Try to live a healthier lifestyle so that you can have that time where you're healthy and experience it with your family, because once you're gone, they'll never get it back.